And so the thing is, if that starts happening and the symptoms are too much for you, like they're very uncomfortable, because sometimes they're mild, but if they're really uncomfortable, I have to work, I have things to do, I can't be dumping, like this is too much for me, I'm fatigued, I'm cramping, like it's too much. So I know you may have heard something about oxalate dumping.
Yeah.
It's like all the oxalates are dumping at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's this condition where, you know, when you reduce how many oxalates you're having too drastically, and then your body just dumps it all out at once. And it causes different symptoms like painful bowel movements, maybe painful urination. You have issues with skin rashes and hives, and that's when you were talking about, you thought maybe you were having oxalate dump, irritability, mood changes, all of these things, fatigue.
Yeah. Now, when I thought of the oxalates for me, what proved it for me, or what made me feel like I had a handle on it, was when I went right into carnivore. The very next day, I went into carnivore. And about 3 or 4 days into carnivore,
Yeah.
I was dumping.
Yeah. Oxalate dumping.
And it's not that it lasts long, but I knew it was dumping.
Yeah.
Because I'm just eating grass-fed, grass-finished meat
Exactly.
and dairy.
Right.
Hello, calcium,
Right.
meat, hello.
Right.
I was doing all the right things.
Yes.
And I dumped. I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt
And so the thing is, if that starts happening and the symptoms are too much for you, like they're very uncomfortable, because sometimes they're mild, but if they're really uncomfortable, I have to work, I have things to do, I can't be dumping, like this is too much for me, I'm fatigued, I'm cramping, like it's too much. All you have to do is back off. Go back, eat the oxalates, go back and eat them. And it kind of calms it down. And then slowly start minimize them instead of going extreme to carnivore.
That's right.
Draw them back a little at a time, because these are temporary problems.
That's right.
That they resolve themselves.
All by itself.
It's a matter of how uncomfortable that is for
That's
you.
right.
And it's a good time.
Sometimes it's only a couple of days, maybe a week or so, and then you're done with it.
Yeah.
But then when you come back into your eating, your variation, your diet variation, you go from your carnivore, like I just did it for a month this time. I go back in, now I really got a handle on
Exactly.
my oxalates.
Right.
Because I know, I got my chart.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you know what, I really want some peppers today.
Yeah. You lived and you learned.
I'm going to look and I'm going to say, okay, now what else can I have with these peppers? You see what I'm saying?
And
so
you
now I'm
learn
going
to educate. Yeah.
and then I'm going to keep myself to about 100 oxalates rather than 300 or 400.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Right. Your
That's
number.
it. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not going to,
So, so to prevent the oxalate dumping, you just want to slow your roll. Cut them down, you know, 10% or so, and just kind of slowly ramp yourself down. But you also want to, you know, have some calcium again, because that's going to help to neutralize a lot of that dumping, as well as the cooking. You know, the boiling, the blanching. That's going to reduce some of the oxalate. Still eat it, but maybe reduce. So instead of eating the spinach raw, maybe blanch or boil the spinach and eat it that way until you get your oxalates down enough that you can kind of cut them out better. Drinking water, obviously. Don't be dehydrated. That's not what you want. Dehydration is not it, because now you're not excreting anything and your poor kidney is just struggling.
That's right.
Yeah, no dehydration. And then we have lots of, we have good levels of vitamin D and magnesium. Make sure you're not deficient in those things. And yogurt really helps.
Oh, yeah.
Because the acidophilus, that really helps with the gut. With the gut bacteria.
Yeah.
What else? I think that helps with dumping.
And you know what's a good, you just mentioned the yogurt.
Yeah.
Imagine a good Greek yogurt with the acidophilus.
Lactobacillus too.
But you got it, that's it. Yeah, lactobacillus. Put in some blueberries.
Oh yeah.
Organic blueberries.
Or blackberries.
You know, not so much raspberries, but you can put them in there
Put
as
a
long as you
couple
got
of
that
raspberries.
That's right. Put those little red things in there,
2 little
and
raspberries.
because you got that
Yeah.
good calcium. Look at you.
Yeah, it's
look
a nice balance.
Look how wonderful that felt.
Yep, it's synergy. Yeah, I agree.
That's taking
So
care
that
of
handles,
yourself.
yes, and that handles the oxalate dumping, so you don't have to worry about that. And then in the meantime, who then would benefit from low oxalates? Because most people don't need to go on a low oxalate diet, but some people really might need to. And so if you have pre-existing conditions,
Yeah.
you're susceptible to an overexposure of oxalates for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So again, but that's for many, many things. Think about even
Absolutely.
when the COVID was out
Yeah.
and different flu and different bacteria and things going around. If you are immunocompromised or if you have pre-existing conditions, you are always at a higher risk to be attacked by things, you know? So this is really no different when you're, so that's why it's so important, guys, to get healthy. You got to take steps to get healthy. Pre-existing conditions leave you susceptible to many, many things. Your body is at a disadvantage. It works extra hard to keep you safe from the things that are trying to attack it.
Right.
And the best thing you can do is simply focus on getting healthy overall, holistically. And then these things can't hit you as hard and your body just gets stronger.
And don't just follow one diet all the time.
Right. Variation.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
The most important thing is that you vary. So if you're
Yes.
going to do a certain diet, do it for 2 or 3 months,
Right.
4 months, maybe 5. But then get out of that diet.
Right.
Go to this one now for 3 or 4 months or 1 month or whatever. Then go to this and then go back to this one again. I can't emphasize the
value
the
of that.
value of diet variation.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. So people who are on restrictive diets, because they can't do diet variation, they're another candidate possibly for a low oxalate diet because they're so restricted.
Yep.
They can't do all these other things. People with any kidney issues, obviously.
That's right. Kidney stones and
autoimmune, inflammation,
gut issues.
all of these people might consider oxalates as something you need to pay attention to.
Rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
Lupus.
that's inflammation again. Exactly.
Lupus, come on,
Exactly.
fibromyalgia, all of those things. Leaky gut,
Yep.
all them things.
So those are things you might
really,
want to pay attention to what your oxalates are doing and talk to your doctor because you might need to be someone who needs to be on a low oxalate diet.
Yeah.
But again, we are proponents of getting healthy.
Yeah.
So even if you're on a low oxalate diet now,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean you would have to stay on it forever. Your goal is to get your body healthy.
That's right.
So that you don't have
right.
to worry about that.
That's right.
But right now you do, and you need to acknowledge that it is okay for your body to need help.
Yeah.
Give it the help it needs so that it can grow and get to another point. But you can't just ignore it.
No,
You got to take
no,
care of it.
No.
So check with your doctor if you're a low oxalate candidate. But in the meantime, I would like to leave you with this. Oxalates might not be the first thing on your mind, but it's one of those things where once you've tried and looked into other things and it seems to still be what is going on.
Yes. Yes.
That would be the time to go, maybe I can investigate
little bit
oxalates
more.
and how
Yeah.
that might be affecting me. Because it might be one of those hidden culprits that you're not aware of that's eating away at you in a way that you don't know. So just the awareness alone. So again, the Food and Mood Journal, get the Real Healthy You Food and Mood Journal and start writing things down and looking at what is happening in your body, how you are affected by the foods you're eating and how your moods are affected as well. So get that, therealhealthyyou.com, and I'll put a link in the show notes so you can definitely see that down below. But in the meantime, make sure you give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and even the bell if you want to be notified of each episode that comes out. And, give us a comment. We'd really love to hear from you.
Ring the bell. You can ring my bell.
Okay, now who's... Okay.
I take it back.
How many people? You have to be how old for that? I mean, these youngins, y'all don't know nothing about
Ring my bell.
But anyway, so thank you so much for hanging out with us with this interesting and different and eclectic topic on oxalates.
Yeah.
And hopefully it helped you out a little bit, and you might be able to learn something from
That's
that.
right.
So anyway, we will see you
We
guys
did.
next week. Have an
Yay.
amazing week, and we
Amen.
hope that you will work hard to take
Take your
temples back.